Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Friday. I am jumping on today to talk a little bit about sunrise, the sunrise, as a metaphor for life. So I just gave a Toastmaster speech right before I came on here, and it was all on sunrise as a metaphor for life. And I feel like it's something someone needs to hear today. So I'm jumping on here live to share it with more people and to really inspire someone to take advantage of something that you're passionate about. Like, I'm passionate about seeing the sunrise, although I don't get over and do it enough, but I'm passionate about seeing it and what it does for me. And I know a lot of people that love the sunrise and they love seeing it, but it's like we don't do it enough. So when was the last time you saw the sunrise? Maybe it was over the Atlantic Ocean, like I'm close to the beach. Maybe it was over a mountain. Maybe it was across a field. But the sunrise you can see each and every day. Sometimes there's some clouds that cover it, but nonetheless, we can see the sunrise each and every day because the sun always comes up, right? The sun rises, the sun sets. That's the one constant in our life. And that's largely what the time frame of our days are set on, right? Each day, we know the sun's going to come up, and we may or may not see it depending on what part of the country you're in, meaning that I remember when I lived in the Midwest during these months, the January, February, March months, it would be cloudy and overcast, so you wouldn't even see the sun, the actual rays of the sun, but you would feel the light, you would see the light, you would experience the light. So each day we know the sun's going to rise, and sometime at night, depending on the time of the year, the sun's going to set. We can count on that each and every time. We have the opportunity to see that sunrise every day of our life. But so many of us don't do it. My excuse right now, I'll tell you, my excuse right now is when I go and walk 3 dogs or more in the morning, I have to go over a bridge that goes over the Intracoastal, and some of my dogs freak out over the bridge, so I don't want to go over the bridge. But a picture is worth 1,000 words, but the peace and tranquility I receive from being on the beach with the sun rising is priceless. Honestly, the sunrise is a metaphor for life for me. Whenever I take that opportunity to watch the sunrise, I get a different message each and every time. Can anyone relate to that? Largely, that's based on my mood in the morning. If I'm down, it lifts me up. If I'm excited for my day, it inspires me more. The sunrise gives me a gift each time I embrace it. Today, I wanted to share with you 3 photos from 3 of my mornings at the beach. They all have very different messages. And I want to challenge you to find your message in each of these sunrises. This first image is one of my favorites of all time. It shows the vastness of the ocean, the possibility for the day. The colors are spectacular. The message for me is that the possibilities are endless. There is a God or a higher power or the universe. So life is a gift no matter what. What's the message for you in this picture? And when you're at the beach, it's even more inspiring. When I'm seeing this in person, it's even more inspiring. But the beauty for me emphasizes that life is good or even great. Someone might have left us, but this sunrise reminds me that life does continue for each and every one of us. It speaks about renewal, rebirth, beauty, gifts, and more. This second image isn't quite so awe-inspiring. And honestly, when I get to the beach early, like before the sun rises, and I'm waiting for, the day to break, and then I get this, I almost get angry because I'm like, okay, Mother Nature, I got up early today to get over here to the beach. A lot of times I walk over to watch the sunrise, and this is what you give me? Really? But then I stop and I remind myself that each day is a gift, no matter what our circumstances. Many people didn't even wake up today. So what am I complaining about? I woke up. I am healthy enough to walk over to the beach. I get to see the sunrise. Some days we're going to be down and not able to see the positives in our life. And that's when we need this sunrise even more. Some days we may see the glass as half full, but this sunrise, this one specifically, reminds me that no matter the colors that I'm seeing, the fact that I get to see it, that I'm alive to see it, is truly the real gift. And this third and final image is magical for me. It reminds me that sometimes we feel all alone out on a boat in the middle of the ocean or an abyss, and we don't see a way out because everything in our life seems to be negative. We are so inner focused on what's going wrong in our life that we don't see the gifts that surround us. We're overwhelmed by being alone, when in reality, we could reach out for a lifeline from a friend. All it takes is that one look to see that the sun is shining and there are people on the beach waving to us and willing to help. What does it take inside of me to recognize this? I'm reminded of the quote by Charles Swindoll, life is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we deal with it. Being in that boat, surrounded by the ocean, reminds me of this. Will I see the sharks that might be circling, or the people on the shore that are waving and willing to help me? Each of these sunrise moments that I shared today have a very different message for me. And life honestly works in mysterious ways. The messages I receive from the simple act of getting up early and going to the beach are all inspiring. More importantly, these moments challenge me to think about the gifts I am given. Each message is different because each day is different. I'm not the same person today that I was yesterday or that I will be tomorrow. When was the last time you got up early to see the sunrise? And what does that sunrise tell you about your life? Thanks for those who are able to jump on today. If you didn't get the whole experience, please jump back and listen to it through. I hope it inspired someone. Please drop it in the chat if you're a sunrise lover as well, and even share a photo of your favorite sunrise. Like, I love the sunrises I'm blessed to live down in Florida, so I can see them over the Atlantic Ocean. But where are your sunrises and how do they affect your life? I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Have a blessed day and blessed week.